What's up, guys? This is going to be the first. I've been doing it for a little bit, but real estate investing with Victor Bell. Kind of cheesy. I'll come up with a better real estate investing name. But what I wanted to do today was go over something that to me I think is something that people ask me a lot. What's better as a real estate investor or to invest in real estate? Ownership or control? So I have my trusty super high freaking whiteboard and this is one of the things, right? Because people ask me all the time, like, what's better to own or control as it relates to real estate investing? So I got my own opinion about that. So if you're going to do residential, control it, right? There's a lot of people out there right now, especially that like wholesaling stuff. They're like, oh, I'm going to wholesale, and I'm going to give the contract, and I'm going to sign my contract to someone else. That's great. That's a way for you to control. So really, it depends on ownership and control. But for me, what I like to do is if I can control title, I can own that deal, right? So I do pretty houses. I don't do a lot of renovation deals and fixer uppers. When I say fixer uppers, I'm talking about anything above 15 grand interior. Like if it's not floor, paint, some fixtures, making the landscaping nice or something like that, I'm kind of out. I don't like those type of deals, right? But there's a lot of people like you guys actually want to invest in real estate. So your thought process is I got to buy it. I got to do the mail formula means I got to pick it up or get it under contract for 60% LTV and be all in, or I can't do the deal. You ain't going to get a lot of deals like that, right? Like there's deals like that, but you're going to be looking in places sometimes that you don't want to own it, which is why you don't want to own it. You want to just control it and sell your paperwork to somebody else and let them make the lion's share. But I can tell you for the last 20 years, this is how I've done it. And I think over the next 20 years, this is going to be more valuable. Control is always going to be better than ownership. I can control something and still be in a position of ownership, right? I can lease option it. We're talking about residential. You can do it for apartment buildings too, but they're going to be smaller. I can do a lease option and control it. I can do an assignment and control it. I can take it over subject to, which I do a lot of subject to. If you want to know about that, I got that in one of my programs, so we can talk about that. A lot of subject to on pretty properties. I can do an option and control it, and I can do a straight lease with a master lease, right? I'll put master there. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, I can do a master lease and control it, right? I can control it with seller financing. I can do a JV partnership and control it. I have so many more ways to control this property, but there's only really one way to own something. You buy it, it's yours. All right? Can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys can see that. So look, my perspective is, especially when I take a look at real estate investors, new real estate investors. Let's say you've only done one deal, you've done no deals. If I were to look at myself back when I got started, how would I start? I would start the same way I did years and years ago, right? Like I would go find an owner that has a property that's nice because I didn't have money or credit or want to fix it up or want to go to hard money lenders. I didn't know about all that stuff. I had one concept behind this, and I'll tell you what that was, right? Was can I sell this and make money by Friday? It wasn't an assignment of contract for me, right? Because just because you get a property under contract doesn't mean that you're going to be able to sign it by Friday. But what I wanted to do was like, hey, if I can control a great piece of property, own it so I can transfer it as needed, and I can find a buyer that has the money, has the time, has the capital, and they want it within a relatively short amount of time, man, the deal works, right? That isn't always going to work. So when I took a look at it from that perspective, so when I look at it like, okay, cool, what would I do? I'd go and I'd find a property that somebody's in a situation where they're motivated. Maybe they don't want it. It's coming up. People are going to have 2 mortgage payments. They're going to be behind on a payment. They're going to be leaving and getting divorced because everybody's at home right now. They may be going into a different situation, or it may have been behind forever. They're not emotional now. It's a property that's there, and they're like, look, we've moved on. If you don't know how to control those properties, be it subject to taking over the property, controlling the property, you're going to be stuck trying to find a property that you can pick up for 60 cents on the dollar, maybe for somebody who's like behind in payments, or it's a beat up fixer upper that somebody doesn't want. Dude, that strategy is going to go away here pretty soon, because as people go starting to get hard money and lending criteria tightens up, which it will, man, there's going to be a lot of new investors that's their only way to get it done. They ain't going to know what to do, and they're going to have to do something. All right. So That's always been my thing. If you could go find a piece of property from somebody who either is motivated, that's the vital part about this. Motivated to sell is different from wanting to sell. You don't have to be, oh, I got to get rid of this thing, because everyone thinks you got to have a beat up fixer upper to be motivated. Most of the time, nicer properties have situations happening with them that you can solve by controlling the property, solve the situation, and turn around and resell the property, or rent to own the property out to somebody else and you'll get a better deal. But to answer that question, control the property, and then you find a way to either resell the property on a rent to own, resell it outright, to a retail buyer, sell or finance it to somebody else if there's still some equity in there for you. But whatever that is, like, that's the question, right? Do I rent? Do I own versus control? Right? For me, hands down, it's always be, can I control the deal? If I can control the deal, I can go make money. I can negotiate the deal better. I can get better terms on the property. If there's not a lot of equity, I can have more time to build up equity in the property. I can contractually control this deal and be in an ownership position, right? Because if I'm in contract, you can't sell it. If you sell it, somebody else has to honor that contract. So I'm in a better situation when I understand the power of being able to control a great piece of property in a great location at the right time. Versus if I own that property, man, I'm stuck. I'm in the same situation as somebody else is. And when the juice is running, when you're trying to make money, man, that money, it goes fast, right? When your back's up against the wall, because you put yourself in a situation where you cannot get out. This one, you have flexibility where you can control and you can be creative. All right. So this is with residential property. Can you do it? You can control houses. You can control apartment buildings. You can control retail property. That's going to be big, right? Retail. You can control retail. You can control office. It's actually easier to do the commercial stuff as it relates to control because people understand the concepts, right? But you can do anything. You can control dirt. For those people out there who like to do the dirt and CPR and do subdivide and all that other stuff, you can do everything from this position, which you should learn how to do this, because here's what's coming up. There's going to be a lot of people, this is my opinion, when you're just getting started, you're going to need to build yourself up, and you're going to have to learn right off the bat. Everyone learns how to do control first. I take a piece of property, I buy it, I go get a loan, and I fix it up, and then I hope and pray somebody pays me full price for it while the juice is running. I'm paying these points, I'm paying this interest, all that stuff. If you're a real estate investor, you're trying to make money off of real estate investing, right? There's two sides. You can invest in real estate passively, or you can buy real estate, invest in the real estate like that, and turn around and sell it and then make money. We're talking about, in this situation, I'm going to go make money from real estate investing. It's better to control if you're looking to make money off of it versus own. And you can do it with all these different things. So I hope this helps. I'm going to be doing this a lot more, and it'll be a lot more structured. Don't sweat it. It'll be on my YouTube channel under Victor Bell. So I'm going to be doing these a lot because I have all the things that people have ever asked me, as well as things that I wish I knew. Like if I was a young, real estate hustler and I was pushing, right? I wanted to be that young tycoon. How would I do it? What would I do? What would I tell myself 20 years ago? Because I know a lot different, but there's a lot of things that's changed, but then there's some things that just stay the same because I'm like, look, that's successful. It works. No matter what comes out new, you change with the times, but people don't change. You're in the people business as it relates to real estate. So the question was, what would I rather? If you would ask me, ownership versus control, I'll take control anytime, because if I control houses, apartment buildings, retail properties, office, dirt, any level, and I knew I can make some money off of it, man, my ego doesn't need to own anything. My ego just says, hey, man, just get in the deal, control it. Let's figure out how to make money, and let's go from there. All right. So I hope this helps. This is Real Estate Investing with Victor Bell. I'll be doing this once a week. It's probably going to be on my YouTube channel now, and I'll make sure to do it here on my wall. Share this video, like this video, comment on this video. I really appreciate it, and I really want you there because I want to be able to do this. I'm going to do a ton of these just because I got to get it out of my system, man. Like I said, I want to help as many people as possible kind of have these answers, because when I have questions and I talk to people, they pussyfooted around all over the place, man. They can never give me a straight line answer. If you ask me, control the deal, figure out what to do with it later. You can't own a deal before you could. I mean, you have to control the deal before you own it anyway. So just start there and figure out what you need to do and figure out how you're going to make money. Because let's face it, man, you don't get into real estate unless you want to make a lot of money. It's too hard. It's too much work to do this for free. All right. I appreciate you guys. If you need anything, hit me up. You can comment. You can private message me. You can DM me. Oh, I got a webinar coming up. It's a real estate webinar. I'm going to be doing. If you guys want to register for that, go for that. Also, if you go to realestate.victorbell.com, I got a free audio book there. You can download that. Cost you nothing other than your name, email, and your phone number. You can download that, listen to it. It's great. It's actually a spin-off of the boot camp that I did, which is an apartment building boot camp. But it's everything you need to know to really just crush it. All right. Straight lines, straight talk, stuff that works in the real world right now. What else is there? Yeah, that's it. Oh, Bell University. I got a new platform that I'm going to be using to train my team, but I want to give you guys access to it too. In there, it goes over how to find the deals, how to market the deals, how to negotiate the deals, pretty houses, apartment buildings, how to handle situations with attorneys, sellers, creative financing, regular financing, raising capital and getting funded, everything that you need to know, because this is what I'm going to be using to train my team. This is what we're going to go over. So I promise you, if you go through that training, I guarantee you, you will close 30% more deals this year than you did last year just by filling the gaps and using information and strategies that you can use in the real world right now. So if you want access to that, leave me a comment or private message me, DM me. Doesn't matter how we get in contact with each other, but I'm here because I want to help as many people succeed in real estate investing as possible. That's my new target, my new goal, as well as if you're like, dude, I don't have time for that, Vic. I just want to invest. Hit me up. I'll let you know about Bell Capital and what we're going to be doing in some apartment buildings that we're looking at. And I'd love to have you a part so that way you can move on and figure out how to start investing with us. All right. So again, man, I appreciate you. This is Victor Bell with Real Estate Investing with Victor Bell. I'm going to come up with a cooler name than that. If you guys have an idea for what my real estate show should be, that I'm going to continue to do that, and you think it's a good idea, like something hardcore though, something Victor Bell related, something that makes you go, yeah, dude, I want to watch a show like that. I would love to have you on that. And anything you guys need, like I said, reach out. And I hope this answers your question. If you have any questions even after this, leave it in the comment. I'll make sure to get back to it. If you have questions about a deal you're working on, let's talk about it. Let's see how I can help and what I got going on can help you. And we'll go from there, man. Have a great day today. Let's do it.